Hello friends, folks, viewers, my name is Charles here at Nutrition 101, and I just want to ask you a question. Do you remember back in the day, October would come around, Halloween was approaching, and we used to get our pumpkins to carve and to make our jack-o'-lanterns, but there's one thing we were always trying to do after we made our jack-o'-lanterns, and that was get those seeds, right? We had to get to those seeds, and so cut that big hole in the top over a big piece of newspaper. We're sitting down on the floor, whatever, friends, brothers, sisters, right, digging out all that flesh with the big spoons, and then we had to separate that flesh, and just to roast those seeds, we had to salt them all up, right? It was a pain in the butt, right? There's no doubt about that, and we just wanted that goodness, right? And we ate it with the shell and everything. It didn't even matter, right? But little did we know, we were also consuming a superfood, right? So we were just trying to get to those seeds. I'm going to go over the superfood of seeds, right? It's pumpkin seeds. So let's get right to it. All right, so here we got, this is my attempt to draw a pumpkin, right? We got our pumpkin seeds with a cape. That's my pea with a cape. And another name for pumpkin seeds is pepitas. You might see that on labels sometimes. That's just the same thing. Look. Ooh, hello, little pepita. So if you see that, a lot of trail mixes are coming out these days. You can get a bunch of them in Costco, I see. A lot of them are including pumpkin seeds these days because there is a trend going on here. Little pepita. So it's the superfood of seeds, right? So you should be eating more seeds and nuts anyway in your diet, but sometimes it's not practical, right? And I like to make things practical. So listen up for later on in the video. I'm going to tell you about the video I'm going to make on my other YouTube channel called Practical Eats. We're going to talk about how to, how to flavor your pumpkin seeds or make them taste better. So it's a superfood of seeds, right? Why is that? Well, one, it's a rich source of healthy fat, right? Mostly polyunsaturated fat, right? So we want fat in our diet every day. In spite of what some people might tell you, or the old studies and like from the 80s or maybe even the early 90s, they might have said, you know, you shouldn't be eating fat-free foods are the way to go. But no, we want a good, healthy fat that helps keep our body burning fat. It helps us absorb fat-soluble vitamins, keeps our skin healthy, and it feeds our brain cells, and it's good for all our cells overall, right? So really get a good dose of fat when we eat nuts and seeds, very specifically pumpkin seeds, right? Number two, right? So it's loaded with minerals, right? Trace minerals, a lot of them, right? And that's what makes almost what one of the definitions of superfoods can be, is foods that contain trace minerals. A lot of times you have to supplement it, especially if you're not getting them every day in your diet. And you know, sometimes superfoods are not easy to get to, they're not accessible. So we supplement it. So but if you're not, going to supplement it because that costs money too, and you just want to get it through food, which I think costs more sometimes, then you want to eat things rich like in trace minerals, right? So it has zinc, okay, potassium, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, vitamin K. There's some vitamins as well, right? Not just minerals, vitamins are two separate things, right? So these potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, those are all electrolytes, right? And those are very important. If you look back on one of my other videos, right? That's the key to staying hydrated. It's not just about drinking water, right? It's about getting electrolytes. So electrolytes is not something, it's misconception. It's not something that you might think you can consume only with liquid, right? Electrolytes is a mineral. It's a mineral you can get in liquid a lot of the times, but you could also get it through food, right? Through fruit and through vegetables, right? In this particular case, seeds. So think super duper pumpkin seed. Zinc is really important. I'm going to make a video just about zinc, especially because it's an antioxidant. It's anti-aging. It's your immune mineral, right? That's why I take zinc every single day, because I'm an athlete and I deplete zinc. So one of the ways I can keep zinc fresh in my body is through pumpkin seeds and even a supplement, which you don't need a lot of. But I'll make a video on that. That's going to be coming up. Look for that. Okay, so we got all the minerals, right? High antioxidants, right? A lot of minerals are antioxidants. So what are antioxidants, right? Well, antioxidants protect cells from oxidation or degeneration, which basically means it stops aging, right? So, I always look for a formula. You always hear me preach about formula, find your formula, but it shouldn't always be the same every year. Every year it changes for me. Every year, this year, but the theme of my nutrition is antioxidants, right? Because I'm 45 years old. I don't want to get older, right? I want to look young, right? I don't have the skin of a 45-year-old, right? And there's a reason for that. But I have a really good regimen, and I take a diet really super high in antioxidants. Plus I get good sleep, a good amount of water, good amount of exercise, collagen, things like that. So one of the best anti-aging properties you can have in your diet is any food rich in antioxidants, and that's why I make sure my diet is filled with that stuff every day, including pumpkin seeds, goji berries, chlorella, spirulina, things like that. Antioxidants are one of the key factors to that, so keep that in mind. All right, so number 4 is a great amount of fiber, right? Which is basically pretty much the half of the amount of carbs. So fiber is a carb, but it's a carb that we can't digest, so we don't include that in the overall carb amount, the carb total, right? So that's your gross carb, right? Let's just say pumpkin seeds. I forgot the exact numbers here, but let's just say pumpkin seeds has 12 grams of carbs per serving, and the fiber is going to be close to around 6. So your gross carbs are 12, and you minus the 6 of the fiber, and so then your net carbs are going to be around 6, right? So think about that. Is a good amount of fiber. You definitely want to get foods with a good amount of fiber. That helps your digestive tract, keeps things moving along real well, and that helps you prevent disease. And this one of the things people have a hard time doing is get fiber in that diet. So you want to get close to like 20 to 30 grams of fiber in your diet a day, and I think a lot of people even struggle with that. All right, moving on. Number 5, been known to help control blood sugar, right? Why do things help with blood sugar, right? Well, anytime you have a food that's high in these minerals, especially potassium, which controls insulin, right? Which controls your insulin levels and your blood sugar levels, then you're going to be better off. So potassium is usually one of the biggest deficiencies people have, because we don't get enough of it, because we need so much of it in one day. We need like 4,700 milligrams a day. So it's pretty hard to get that. So if we don't have potassium, if we're not eating veggies, if we're not eating nuts and seeds, if we're not eating fruit, I wouldn't say get it all through fruit, but that could just be part of your potassium intake. Then you could have blood sugar level issues, because if you're eating a diet rich in carbs, or you eat junk food or sugar or processed snacks, then you're going to have blood sugar level issues, because once you have a lot of insulin, that depletes potassium as well. So they kind of like teeter-totter. So you definitely want to make sure you get good minerals, helps with the blood sugar level. And of course, one way you can get pumpkin seeds is roasted, right? Now, you can get them raw, and they taste pretty good. But if you get them roasted, they taste even better. Now, you can find them I go to Fairway, for example, anywhere they might have loose seeds. You can find them a lot cheaper that way than if you were to go to Amazon and buy roasted pumpkin seeds. They're going to be like, $15 a pound for roasted pumpkin seeds. And then they add probably cottonseed oil or palm oil, or just some kind of crappy oil. And that's what you want to stay away from. So you could just go through the process of making some roasted pumpkin seeds yourself, getting some raw organic pumpkin seeds and making them yourself, or put up for the money and put up the $15 and get a pound, or you can buy 2 pounds at a time. Might be a little cheaper. But if you look for my on my other blog, my Practical Eats blog, I'm going to go over a video that's going to show you, the viewer, how to make your own pumpkin seeds, and they're going to be so delicious. I made them for my family. They can't stop eating them. And then you just take a handful a day. A handful a day. So these are what our pumpkin seeds look like. Okay. Now, I got this at Fairway Market. Again, you don't have to go at Fairway. You can go at Whole Foods or any other health food market that has loose seeds and nuts, and you can buy these. These were $5.99 a pound. Raw organic seeds. This is a good deal, right? And I'm going to show you how to make these into even a better, tastier seed, which is not going to lose its nutrition value. So we're going to lightly roast them on a pan. All right, so hopefully you like this information. Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be fun. Let me know what you think. Try it out. Pumpkin seeds, try to get it into your diet, and you won't regret it. I'll talk to you again real soon. My name is Charles here at Nutrition 101. Have a good day. These are tasty. You just take a handful of them. All right. Just dump this way. This is what was inside that white shell every time we carved out pumpkins. This little guy. Who knew that this little guy was such a good superfood?